4, 3,
2, 1.
Put everything down and crank your speakers up.
It's time for
The Realest Podcast.
Oh yeah!
We got us a new world champion!
And what is going on, guys? You're listening to the Realest Podcast, and welcome to June 19th, 2017's Monday Night Raw review. Joined by Andrew, as always, and we got ourselves a, well, I don't know. I don't know if you call it a bad Monday Night Raw or just a...
It's a typical Monday Night Raw. Let's put it that way.
A typical one. I like it. A typical one. As always, before we get into everything, be sure to hit that subscribe button or like the video if you're enjoying what you're listening to. We, for sure, will be covering this. Obviously, the big news out of tonight was, oh, here we go. Juan HD says, fuck Braun Strowman, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins is the cover for WWE 2K18. That promo, holy shit, that promo. Michael, I actually want to know your opinion. A lot of people are actually saying that it was a really bad promo. I do agree, the WWE 2K18 trailer was pretty awesome. I actually want, opinions. The final promo, the heel turn from Big Cass, what did everybody in the chat think? I know, for you, Andrew, you were really busy. You didn't get to catch all of it. Hearing what you've heard, what do you think?
Well, I don't even need to watch Monday Night Raw to know that this was a huge mistake. I've been saying that it would be a huge mistake for weeks, and now that they've done it, I'm still saying it's a huge mistake. You're taking a tag team that had so much potential, and you're destroying them, all for the idea of a Big Cass career run by himself, singles career run. And the guy can't speak on the mic. He can't. And he's not that good of a wrestler. He's not. So they're setting him up for failure. And don't even mention what's going to happen to Enzo. He's going to become a glorified James Ellsworth, if anything. So for me, I feel like this was a step back for both Enzo and Cass, and I feel like they are truly missing out on a potential, not only like a potential great tag team, but also for pretty much the New Day's replacement. Because when the New Day left, they were still on top with merchandise, still are, in terms of merchandise. But Enzo and Cass, they sell pretty darn good amount of merchandise together, or they, have. So, it's a shame. I feel like WWE took a tank all around. I really don't see a positive out of this at all.
Yeah, it was kind of obvious, 3 weeks ago when they started doing these attacks backstage that it was either Big Cass or it was going to be the Revival as one of the two. And, we've heard it for just, over a year now that Vince McMahon is a big fan of Big Cass. And obviously because Vince McMahon really enjoys 7-foot-tall men that are freakish athletes, and that's what he is. He's a great athlete, and of course it's a big mistake. In the long run, I couldn't agree more that it is a mistake. I think that it's going to hurt. Enzo's done. In my opinion, Enzo is done. There's nothing left for Enzo to really... that I can sit here and say, oh, Enzo, without a doubt, will have himself a great opportunity. I just don't see anything for Enzo anymore.
The only opportunity he could have is a cruiserweight division entry. So, you might just see him in the cruiserweight division, but even with that, I really don't see him going too far with that.
Yeah, I think it is a huge mistake on the part of WWE to get rid of these two, because where Enzo was really weak at, Cass kind of
compensated.
Exactly. Where Cass was weak, Enzo was able to show that strong, to give him that strong suit. So now we're looking at this, and again, I can't say enough that it is a mistake. They're gonna, of course, they're gonna play a storyline of Enzo versus Cass, and I mean, we both, everybody here knows what's gonna end up happening.
Right. There's
So,
absolutely no reason for Cass to get buried.
and
So
we also can't forget how bad the promo was. Enzo obviously shedding a tear, and the promo, I didn't enjoy it. I really didn't. It felt so forced, and the way Enzo talks. Yeah, I beat you up in the back, and it felt damn good. But
right.
New Yorkish.
Oh, hold on.
Do it. So, another thing that happened today, Roman Reigns announced what his plans are for SummerSlam. Obviously, he really played a really good, I wouldn't say heel, but he played really well to piss everybody off by saying, you guys aren't going to like this, and went on saying that he retired The Undertaker, blah, blah, blah. Basically said that he is the number one contender after Great Balls of Fire for the WWE Championship or Universal Championship, excuse me. And of course, it was kind of disappointing, but with Braun Strowman being back, Braun Strowman will take that spot as a number one contender because at Great Balls of Fire, he's going to somehow write Roman Reigns off TV.
Which I think is for the better. In all honesty, I think it's a good idea for Braun Strowman to kind of take that role because of how he's received fan praise as of late, and because of the work he's done in the ring. I feel like he's spent enough time in that mid card area, kind of destroying everyone. I think it's his time to where he kind of enters the championship picture. And what better way than to get revenge on Roman Reigns?
Yeah, and the pop that he got tonight was outstanding. Really good pop. It was a lot of fun to hear that pop from the fans for Braun Strowman, which is their the heel.
Right, but he's always getting that pop, and that just proves how much of a fan favorite he is, and what he does in the ring is working.
Yeah. Absolutely. Moving, I mean, I think, I'm just watching, and there's also another thing I'm wanting to talk about that really, I would say, upset me, and it's the fact that I'm not finished with you, yeah. One thing that really upset me that happened today is Roman Reigns basically destroyed Samoa Joe, and we can't forget Samoa Joe and Brock Lesnar. That was a good little fight they had.
Yeah.
But you have tonight Roman Reigns make Samoa Joe look stupid. Not to forget, the only reason Samoa Joe won that match is because Braun Strowman came out. So, it's good that he won, but you can't have your number one contender look weak like that.
No, especially when you're a strong heel like Joe is supposed to be. It's one thing if it was a guy like Kevin Owens who can get away with something like that, but Samoa Joe, for all intents and purposes, should have beat Roman Reigns clean. But, because they want Roman Reigns to look holier than thou, they weren't going to afford that to happen.
Yeah. So, I was just very, very disappointed in the finish, really, in how they did this in the execution. So I think that they could have done a lot better. I can just go on and on about it, but let's read down the show. The Hardy Boys defeat Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson. I don't think anybody's really surprised by that. If you are surprised by that, then
I don't think you've been watching Monday Night Raw for the past few weeks.
Finn Balor defeats Bo Dallas, which Bo Dallas actually got some good TV time today. Finn Balor actually got kind of blindsided by Bo Dallas, and I don't know what it is, but Bo Dallas, I don't know if him and Tozawa don't like each other or something, but Bo Dallas in the ring,
Yeah, it's interesting because I feel like they're trying to revive his career, And it's like they take those baby steps, and then they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna take you off TV for a little bit," and that just kills his momentum.
Yeah. Let's read some of the comments. One, this is my yard now. One, I am not finished with you. LOL, that wasn't good. And Michael Andrews, the most heated discussion on Raw was what happened in the SmackDown Women's Money in the Bank match.
You know that I was gonna come, and that was gonna happen. And I expect to be talking a lot more about that tomorrow, and seeing what the repercussions of it is. And I was really thinking about that last night, and it's something I didn't get a chance to say on the show yesterday. I said how happy I was that Carmella got the briefcase the way she did. Still am. But you know what would have made me even more satisfied if she had won the championship. And it's like you have all this controversy. She won the championship. Is she the real champion? Um, does she have to give the title back? Do they have to do something else? Like all these things that could have happened if she would have cashed in and won that championship. But even still, it's exciting because it's like, what is going to happen? Come Tuesday. And it's pretty bad when that is your most important topic on your Monday Night Raw. When you have your other shows pay-per-view being discussed like that.
Yeah. There's a rumor going around that that Kevin Owens suffered a leg injury last night. So
That's not good.
um,
Not the new face of America.
just letting everybody know there's a possibility that he might be out. Carmella's win was just as controversial
Hold
as
on.
Montreal Screwjob. I loved it. Like I said the other day, I really didn't have or last night I didn't have a huge problem with it. I didn't really care for it. I thought it was good. Gives Carmella heat. There is a rumor that tomorrow there will be a rematch, a women's Money in the Bank rematch, which a lot of people are upset over because it's pay-per-view. But I understand the ratings have been low, and sometimes I'll do that to give to put TV time or a pay-per-view caliber match on TV to boost the ratings. So back to the show. Tozawa beats TJP with
Not surprised there.
what's his name? Titus O'Neil trying to get Tozawa into the Titus brand or the Titus brand, and we had a Goldust segment. I am really enjoying Goldust his segments right now. I really do enjoy them.
Yeah, I'm getting more interested in the Titus brand. I think that they're doing a good job keeping him in that manager role and somehow keeping him involved in wrestling than being a wrestler itself. So, I mean, I hope that they do something with it, and it just gets more exciting.
What do you think of Goldust and what he's doing with the Golden Age being back? I've actually enjoyed it.
I like the classic Goldust.
And that's
I've
what it looks
always
like
liked
they're
classic
doing.
Goldust. I want to see where they're going to go with it because I feel like it might be a too late because this is the time where Goldust is getting ready to retire. I mean, I would assume. I mean, or getting ready to get off of TV. So it'll be interesting to see where they go from it and if they do anything with it.
Right. So next week we'll actually see Goldust. I want to say in ring. I think that's what he was saying is we'll see him actually be in the ring. So
Right. So we'll see it then.
I'm actually excited. I haven't really had any complaints about what they're doing. So I hope Goldust returns with his wig. I think he does. It needs to be kind of over the edge. Samoa Joe defeats Roman Reigns with because of Braun Strowman, obviously. Bray Wyatt confronts Seth Rollins after Seth Rollins basically announces that he's the cover of WWE 2K18.
Which is super early.
No, I don't think so. It was around this time last year because remember the whole they were doing this last year
Right. Yeah, I guess so.
because of Goldberg and Brock Lesnar, and they were talking a bunch of trash around SummerSlam.
That's true. All right.
Maurice appears on Miz TV. Miz is basically apologizing. to.
Miz starts talking to Bo Dallas and Curtis Axel.
I didn't mind that. I actually enjoyed that segment.
So
I really did enjoy that segment.
it was good. It was good. I don't see it going anywhere because of how they book Curtis Axel and Bo Dallas. So let's see where it goes.
Absolutely. Raw Tag Team Champions defeat Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil, and Cesaro and Sheamus obviously defeating Titus O'Neil and Apollo Crews, which they actually looked pretty decent. Apollo Crews and Titus looked pretty decent, in my opinion, at least.
Right.
I wouldn't mind seeing where things would go with those two. Nia Jax defeats Sasha Banks via disqualification. The entire women's division decided to jump in on this. Don't ask me why. And then obviously the big heel turn announcement and everything that's your Monday Night Raw.
Typical Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, typical Monday.
I'm hoping tomorrow is going to be a lot better. I think that with the controversy surrounding Money in the Bank and with Baron Corbin as Money in the Bank, Mr. Money in the Bank, I think that we're in for a very exciting Tuesday night. I'm expecting a cash in fairly soon. I really am. I don't think they're going to hold on to briefcase for long.
Right. Talking about the women, or are you talking about the men?
I'm talking for both. I said one of them is going to cash in soon. I don't see them holding on to briefcase for an extended period of time. I feel like one is going to get cashed in way sooner than the other.
I don't know. It's just a matter of time, and I hate Raws like this where there's not a lot to talk about. I think one thing I said last week was, was SmackDown really, really continued on with storylines, and then obviously you have today where storylines are kind of lackluster.
Yeah.
So, I mean, is there anything you want to finish off with, or should we? Are you still? What do you think?
I think that we need to really sit aside and look at what's going on with Raw and kind of look towards next week to see if they can kind of salvage it or make it better. Because as of right now, I'm not impressed with some of the decisions that they made, and it's kind of like they're stuck with them now, especially with the heel turn with Cass.
Yeah. I will say this. If anything does happen this week, I actually will be reporting it. If not, and if something does happen that I'm not able to report, there's a storm coming by. A little tropical storm. Shouldn't be anything scary or anything I need to worry about, but just in case, because these little storms like to be random and they're never fun. So, I mean, but I will say, shows have been short, yes.
Yeah, that's my fault. Normally it's me that's pushing to have the longer shows, but I'm actually away right now. I'm actually teaching at a college, and I'm teaching young juniors about political process. So it's long hours, and we just actually got back in, so I didn't really catch too much of the show. So just bear with us. This week might be a little bit low content, but we'll be back to schedule next week for sure.
Back to your regularly scheduled program.
Your regularly scheduled programming, exactly.
So until then, obviously we will be back. I personally, the motivation is hit, but I fell asleep during the second hour. It sucks. Cass versus Rollins in the future. I think anything with Cass is probably about to go through a little tear. It's about to get bad.
Yeah.
It's about to be really unfun. So I think it's going to do it for it. It's another quick review of, again, with what Andrew just said. He's working right now. Can't really do anything about it. So we got a new world champion apparently. So until tomorrow, Tuesday, for the SmackDown Live review, for Andrew, I'm Blake Carter. Until then, peace out.